Oh, what's going on YouTube? Oh, that was a good start. That was a good start. Alright, let me turn down the lights. That'll do her. What's going on YouTube? Nick Corona here, doing another build today. Today I'm doing a trio build with the 1050 GTX. I got this card for several reasons. Mainly that every other card was completely sold out, and that this card actually looks interesting. It has super low power consumption and it's supposed to make 50 bucks a day, so shit. If I get 3 of them on here, that'll be $150 a month rig. Yeah, and that's $50 a month, not a day. That would be dope. But yeah, I'm doing the mini board. I've always wanted to do a mini board. This is just super low cost build. So this board was quite a bit cheaper. Sold out of the cheapest Pentium I wanted. So I ended up going with this i3 3.9 gigahertz. A little bit more expensive than I wanted, 114 bucks. Like, not a huge difference. I almost went Radeon though, but F that. I literally lost my Arctic Silver, so I'm gonna end up taking this back apart and putting more on there. However, I'm still gonna do it, and I'm still gonna get it up and running, and I'm still gonna see how much one of these 1050s can hash, because there is a nice big fat glob of Arctic Silver compound already on the back of this fan. So yeah, I know most people put it on again. I usually put it on again too, but yeah, having that strip there, it's still there. So yeah, got my 3-slot motherboard mini. Just gonna get this processor in there. Alright. We'll remove the cover. This is the only part you don't want to mess up. Just do it quick and make it painless. Just look for the 2 notches. And then you want to drop it flat in there. Good. Close this, and it is super tight. Always is. And I found just from doing these, I like building them a lot more on the box, because then you can really push on the board. Fuck yeah. Alright, so that's that. Then I like to do the fan next, because that's always total pain. So nice putting the fan on with the motherboard out like this, because this is usually just the most pain in the butt part. Plan out my plug. Do it like this. Oh, fuck yeah, that's perfect. So like I said, I'm just going with the Arctic Silver on there. She'll survive. We'll put more on before we push it to the limit. So once you snap all 4 of these in, give it a little twisty towards the arrow. If you have bitch fingers, you can use a screwdriver, but I just use my fingers. Oh, So if you hear one snap out, sometimes it happens and you gotta look at it. Try and lift the fan, make sure it's super tight. And this one went in good, but I've found sometimes you end up snapping them back in and twisting the other direction or doing something weird to make it tight. But whatever you have to do to make it absolutely not wiggle, you could hold the board by the fan. That's how tight you need it to be. And plug it in. There's a lot of different little fan slots, but this one's literally labeled CPU fan. Can't really see it in there, but you'll see it on yours. It'll say CPU fan. Made sure to give it tons of space because, yeah, I've done plenty of builds where those wires completely stop the fan and you don't know what's going on first time you turn it on. It's always fun. Next I'll probably go for the RAM, just because it's something else you have to really push into the board. This is literally just the cheapest RAM I could get. DDR4. 4 gigs. You need to get at least 4 gigs. I think it was... shit. It was cheap, man. Yeah, let's see. This RAM was... where is it? $50? $52? And I mean, it looks terrible. Look how lame that is. But hey, 52 bucks, DDR4. So that's another thing that excited me about this board, because that's more money in the bank. This board has the slots labeled, so putting it in slot 1, furthest away from the CPU, makes the most sense, right? You can't put it in wrong. See? Like right there, that's not right. It won't even let you. They want this sweet sticker facing up. Then you want to press it till that snaps in. I put a finger underneath to really pinch it. Can help it a little. There you go. Just got to get them closed into that groove and you're good. So tight, you could lift the board by it, but don't. And even if you want to, don't. Let's see, SATA cables, not gonna need those on this build because we are going with the 16 gig flash drive for the hard drive. So here's my hard drive installation. Easiest ever. Doing right? Yeah. And I got my ISO disk on here. Windows 10 is free, so use it. I'll just go ahead and stick that in there now so I don't lose it like the Arctic Silver. Let's see. So I guess I'm ready for power supply, huh? Good. This one is fun. I like it. Fix this a little bit, huh? There we go. Come on, camera. There. There. There we go. All right. So now power supply. This power supply was $20, literally $30 with a $10 rebate. Oh snap. $500-watt RAID Max. I mean, I would normally buy a $20 power supply, but I'm going for budget, and I mean, it's RAID Max. It's not like it's some name I've never heard of, so how terrible can it be? 500 watts, so I don't know about mini boards, but I guesstimate at about 100 watts anyways, so I'll say 100 watts for that. And I usually, my last cards I guesstimated 100 watts, but these ones are super low power, like a third, so 100 watts is overkill, and I got 500 watts here, so this is super overkill. For 20 bucks, I just couldn't believe it though. I mean, if this one works out good, I might go back and grab some more before those are gone, because that's crazy. 20 bucks. I talk about gold, platinum, bronze rating in my other video. They don't even put it on the front of here. It's probably like, they're probably like, this shit's just shitty copper, some doo-doo. I don't even know. I thought they all had ratings. I thought bronze was the worst, but this one really doesn't even say. Doesn't even say. Or maybe it's just so freaking good. It's just so good they don't want to hurt your feelings. It's diamond. It's diamond, mate. Oh. Super not modular at all, but that's what happens when you pay 20 bucks, and that's okay. This is a budget build. Oof. Screws as a bonus. Good. I hope this works out. Oh, that looks nice. Alright. I've seen worse $20 power supplies. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. See how shiny it is? Flexing. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump it. That's gonna be fun. I hate doing that. Oh, no, I'm not. Thank God. I'm so used to having to do that janky stuff. Only have to jump the board because I didn't buy a switch. Because I like poking it with a screwdriver. Alright. So it's interesting. These cards actually don't even use a 6-plug, I believe. I got my bit rigs back here. This is what I'm gonna end up putting my cards on. I'll probably just put 2 on these. My bit rig little riser mounts, so I can put them on my desk. I'll probably put 2 on these, and I'll probably put 1 on the board. Just because it's a budget build, and that's one less riser I have to use. So, unless I find like a really good reason to take it off, it's probably what I'll go with. So, split these bitchkies off. Alright, I always go for get this big guy out of the way first. I have no idea where I'm going to put all this stuff. I'm going to 3D print everything for this tonight. I'm going to make a mount for it, and I'm going to make a mount for this power supply. It's gonna be lit. Make sure that you really push this thing down hard. Once again, it's like a huge advantage to build out of a case. I used to always build in the case and like screw the motherboard down first and then build like all in it, and that's just a terrible idea. Even if I did a PC build again, like I would always build it out on a box like this and then maybe just drop it in the computer, because this just makes life so much easier. So you want to look for every plug on the board. Different boards have different amount of plugs, and they pretty much all have this main one, and then they all have another ATX one back here, which will usually be 2 4-prongs or maybe just an 8-prong. Either way, it's an 8-prong. Take this right here. Oh yeah, those took a lot of force too. This particular board, I had to really press all this stuff in. It's tight. Yeah, to really jam that thing until it snapped. That's what she said. Alright, so that's it for power connectors on this motherboard. It's a little baby motherboard. I wouldn't expect it to have more than that. I want to see what these GPUs look like. I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, NiceHash says that these things make 50 some bucks a month, and I checked a few other people that said that too. I mean, they only have a 2 gigabytes of RAM though, so I assume that means I'm not going to be able to mine Ethereum, right? I mean, I felt so guilty for getting my 3 gig 1060s, but they were freaking awesome. And everyone acts like it's the end of the world if you can't mine Ethereum. So I guess I kind of got these to find out, like, how good is it without Ethereum? Because if these things are awesome, then man, then I would take a 3 gig over a 6 gig any day when it comes to the 1060s. Because I've built 3 gig rigs, I've built 6 gig rigs, and they are neck and neck. I think that the 6 gig rigs might have more longevity. I mean, why wouldn't that be a possibility? And as longevity, I mean maybe 2 years down the road, they're making 30, 40 cents more, 30 cents, 40 cents more a day. I don't even know. No one can really project those numbers. No idea. That's why I just base a lot of my stuff on what's good today. And what else I found is all those GTX cards use about 45 cents electricity a day, while this one, for whatever reason, uses about 15 cents. I just want to see if there's anything else in here. Instructions in the CD, which I don't even have a CD player, and I don't believe in instructions unless I need them. This looks super opened. See what we got here. Our HDMI. It's got DVI. And then it's got the DVI-D. So it's got one of everything. And like I said, there's no place for another plug on this card. I don't even know if I need powered risers or if I could just use riser extenders, but I mean, I'm just assuming I need power risers, so I'm going to do it with powered ones, but that might be something to look into. It's probably a big price difference. And this thing's got 2 fans on it. Like, I like it. It's not super big. Face value, it's a cool card. Cool little card. Pull your little guard off here. You have to pull your motherboard up to the edge of the box because this bad boy's got to hang off. Which is the sweet part about getting the bit rig, because once you get this and you put it on here, you screw your riser into it, you can set it on a flat table. And that's where the other 2 will be. Same as everything else, you jam it in until it clicks. Alright. You shouldn't be able to lift it. If you can lift it off, you didn't push it down far enough because there's a lever, a release lever. You don't like how that sits on there. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and then I'll have my other 2, bit rig. I'll make a cool tray for this. I'll make a little stand for oh wow, this is so light. I just realized this power supply is like incredibly light compared to some of the other ones, which I like. The cool thing about this build, I guess, is like I just have like extra stuff. Like I've got an extra 6 plug I'm not using. I feel guilty for not buying lights. I just wish there was more things to plug in, but that's that's pretty much it. So I think I'm ready to fire this bad boy up. And we'll see what we can get out of 11050. It's gonna be epic, I'm sure. I'm hoping it'll be close to $2. In my dreamland, I'm gonna overclock the shit out of it. I'm not afraid to BIOS overclock one of these. I wanna see what they can do. I mean, it's a low power card. If any card was gonna handle a BIOS overclock, this would be the one. Before I plug that in, I'm gonna plug in my monitor. I'm just gonna use an HDMI. When you do this, you definitely have to plug the whatever you're using into the GPU, because it's just not gonna go through the motherboard when you have a card plugged in. So I don't know. That's how I like to do it. Got my monitor right here. Yeah, let's get this party started. I just feel so weird having all these extra plugs, but there's nothing else to plug in. This is a simple ass build. Alright. Steal a keyboard. I think you can get through most of this with a keyboard. Yeah, I don't think you need a mouse for a while. I got one right here, but yeah, it really helps when my hair is just completely in my freaking eyeball. Thank you. Thanks, hair. I'll get all these wrapped up and tidied away. I can't wait to build the stand for this thing that I'm gonna build. It's gonna be sick. Alright. So this is on. Like I said, I don't have a power switch. The screwdriver might work. I like using something a little better. Like this. So if you didn't buy a switch, you just look for the two that say power. Power. Yep, PW. And you just use your little piece of metal to bridge it. If you bridge the wrong two, you fucking die. So make sure you bridge the right ones. You don't want to die. Ah! Just kidding. Did I do it? There she goes. I ended up using a screwdriver. This thing's all rusty and covered in shit. Use a screwdriver, but not this kind, because it's got a magnet on the tip of it. So you gotta be careful with this kind of screwdriver around your computer, but I just used it to bridge that and then keep it away. Alright, let's see what I got on my monitor here. You can't see it, so I'll narrate it and you'll like it. Oh, shit tits. HDMI. Oh, beautiful. I turned it on and it's just literally on Windows setup. So English, yes, let's see. Tab, tab. Yep, you can tab through it. Enter on install now. Yes. Like I said, Windows is free. So I literally just went to the Windows website and you can download their ISO for free. You don't even need to pirate the shit. Just go there, and I'm at the part right now. After you hit install, it says activate Windows. The product key looks like XXXXXXXXXXX, and I'm just gonna hit tab because I'm too lazy to plug my mouse in until I get to don't have a product key, and hit enter, and it let me do it. Ooh, I hit enter too many times and just totally picked a random ass version, and it brought me back to the install screen. So I need to chill out. Let me go back to I don't have a product key. Enter. Okay, now I gotta pick a version. I'll do Windows 10 Home because I don't know what all these other versions are. Hit enter. Can I enter and I accept the terms? Oh, is this gonna be the first spot where I have to plug in a mouse? Is there any way to click I accept without a mouse? No. Dang it, you need a mouse. You need a mouse. I got a mouse. It's just covered in cheese. Alright. Give me my mouse. I accept. What type? Upgrade or custom? I've never even installed, so I'll say custom. Ooh, couldn't find driver. Well, I hope it can find my little thumb drive I have plugged in down here. I've never really done it on just a thumb drive. I've used some small SSDs. I wonder if I have to format it first. That's something you might run into. Let's take a look here. What I'm gonna do is pull it out. Pull out my 16 gigabyte. Oh man, it's in there so good. So good. So good. I mean, and when you do these builds, man, I'm doing mine live because like something's always gonna come up. Something's always gonna happen. And like if your build's right here, don't have your fucking coffee right here where it could spill directly on it. Bad idea. That is some strong shit, boy. Nice sugary bottom. Huh? Hell. Woo! Alright. Yank this motherfucker out. Jesus. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but holy fucking shit! I'm gonna move the mouse over here because it's really rubbing my tits the wrong way. I want to keep this on a 3.0, aka a blue one that doesn't suck. Just jam it in there really fucking good. I don't know. I just felt like moving it would do something. Rescan, nothing found. Rescan, nothing found. Rescan, nothing found. I'm at the part where you pick a driver to install on. So it doesn't see my flash drive. So what I'm gonna do is try and reformat it really quick. way you do this is you take another computer. This might fix it, I don't know, maybe not. This is the first step to troubleshooting it. This is something I'm gonna try before I even Google it, just because I think this is what it could be. So, put it in your other computer. See if I can remember how to do this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's a few ways about doing this. I'm gonna see. Oh, so this USB's not even coming up on here. Look at that. Is that in all the way? Okay, there it goes. I had to really jam it in. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta test your equipment. Maybe I didn't have it jammed in far enough. I'm still gonna reformat it though. Yeah, so when you pull it up, you can just click. Just go ahead and show you here. When you go to your thumb drive, please adjust. You can just right click on it and go to format. Sorry about that. Bless me in the comments. Holy shit. Alright. So anywho, I hope this fixes the problem. I'm going to right click it and click format. FAT32 default labeled whatever the frick, and start. We'll erase all data. Don't give a shit. Hit start. Format complete. That took a second. Maybe yours takes a minute if you got a bunch of shit on there. So pull it out and let's give it another try. If this doesn't work, I don't know. I'll probably take it to Google. Take it to Google, yo. Ain't worried about it. Done a million builds. This shit happens. And you know, it might be something I need to go change in the BIOS to allow it to recognize this as a hard drive. You know, there's a lot of little things it could be. Refresh. Make sure I have it jammed in there. I do. Still can't find it. So where do I want to install Windows? Still not recognizing my USB. Couldn't find any drives to get a storage driver. Click load driver. So like I said, you gotta take it to Google. If you're gonna get into mining, if you're gonna get into building, you better get good at troubleshooting and Googling, because this is probably my 15th computer build, probably my 4th rig build this month, and this stuff happens. We're just gonna Google how to use flash drive as hard drive. Three ways to use a flash drive as a hard drive on WikiHow. Okay. Storing flash drives, that's not what I said. That's not what I want to do. I want to know how to use it as an OS. Follow prompts. Reboot computer, re-enter BIOS. Oh, but this is just going to say boot from USB will be present. change on it? Yes or no? Yeah, that's not quite what I want. I want to know how to do it with a freaking flash drive. Convert thumb drive to internal HHD. Does anyone know how to do this? Why can't anyone just fucking tell Peter? F that form. So I'm trying to see, like, do I have to format different? Do I have to go into the BIOS? Okay. Okay. So there's some more steps that I'm gonna have to go through. Trying to see what's gonna be the right path here. Turn it into hard drive area tutorial. It says you need Windows XP, but like I'm not gonna do this with Windows XP, so how? You know, this is the part you guys are gonna have to figure out. You know, the best thing I'll do is I'll make an update video. You know, this is a build video, 36 minutes long. Thanks for hanging in there. Um, it's up and running. It runs fine. The build's great. So I will definitely make an update video once we get this bad boy running. Then we can talk about ROI and what coins it's mining. I can't wait to see, because once again, these are the 2 GB 1050s. Pick these up for $125 each. They're supposed to mine $50 a month. 52, 53, only 14 cents electricity. OMG, that's great. So I will be working on this, and y'all can look forward to the update video. Thank you. Have a good night.